Hi, welcome back to #Team Fuego, where my recent focus on this channel has been about the Equiband system for horses. Because of the amazing results I've seen with my 12-year-old competitive horse who's rehabbing an injury, she looks super excited about this. I've also decided to introduce it to my baby horses. I have one 3-year-old here, and then I also have a 2-year-old. So we're gonna go over the steps to actually introducing it to your horse in a safe way, and then also like kind of talk about since we're using resistance rubber bands and it is a strength building tool, how we start with like a lesser demand, right? And we'll build it up over time. But the ab muscles and the butt muscles that will be developed on this horse, who is bigger, right? Not that small horses don't need ab and butt muscles, but this will help her using this the band here and using her band around her butt are definitely going to help her build her muscles for, you know, when she ultimately becomes a 3-day eventer. Which I also want to mention the caveat that this is across all disciplines, because really, what type of horse doesn't need butt muscles? I mean, I challenge you on that one. Like, comment below. But so in terms of steps to introduction, the first, and this is even from like the Equiband website, is that you want to start with just the belly band. So how I'm going to introduce it to her, she is broke under saddle. So I'm going to start with just the belly band for the first 5 minutes, and we're going to do it hand walking. And then after the 5 minutes, we'll add the butt band. She's not old enough for me to use it under saddle yet, but no matter what age or discipline or skill level your horse is, they always recommend that you start with just the belly band as an introduction, which you can do either hand walking or on the lunge line, in addition to then adding in the butt band, either, you know, hand walking or lunging, and then before you put it on under saddle, because while your horse can't tell you how hard they're going to work, they are going to have to work pretty darn hard, because it does activate your core. And I don't know if you've ever done like a set of 1,000,000 sit-ups, how your abs feel after that. Like, that's just, you know, it's considerate, right? Especially because your horse can't be like, I don't wanna. So we're going to put on our ab band. Hi. All right. And as you can see, this is set pretty loose right now. This is on purpose because we want her to feel what the activation is going to eventually feel like as we build it up over time, but we do not want to overwhelm her by any means. Hi. She's like, you didn't introduce me. This is Gia. She is my 3-year-old future event horse, an impatient future event horse. But her show name is actually Let's Hashtag It, because she is part of my #sport line. So, yeah. She's like, Mom, you make me work so hard. All right, so let's head into the arena.
All right, so while I'm walking around and demonstrating how you can easily introduce this Equiband under, just hand walking, I want to talk about the difference between what this tool is doing for this 3-year-old future event horse versus what it's doing for my 12-year-old rehabbing event horse. Now, it's hard to kind of think like, well, that's like apples and oranges, right? How could one tool be doing something so beneficial, even though they're on opposite ends of the spectrum, even in terms of skill level, age, muscle mass, everything. So the point, though, is that what this tool does is it specifically helps them build muscles in their abs and in their butt, so that each individual horse, big, small, skill level, you name it, is able to utilize their body to the best of their ability. And it literally holds them in a package that forces them to use their body correctly every step until it becomes a habit.
All right. I might have to, I don't know if she's gonna stand still for this part. I always make sure they're nice and flat because you want to get an even pressure along the whole band. It's on. She's like, what is that? So we officially have our entire setup now on her. She was really good about being introduced to the ab rubber band. As I said, it's really not that tight. Same with the butt rubber band. It's honestly just for the idea of it, especially for this first time around. I know, you have to work really hard now. Come on. But a sign of horses being happy with what they're doing is licking and chewing. And the first thing she did when we walked away was licked and chewed. So she understands she's not opposed to the harder work. Hi. You have to not run into stuff.
You know, one of the things I find that I love about this tool is how undervalued I think it is. If you had a tool that could take every single horse to their highest potential, because by being able to teach a horse to use their body correctly, I mean, no matter what discipline, age, skill level, if you could teach every single individual horse how to use their body and their God-given talents to the best of their ability, I mean, what a game changer would that be? And that doesn't mean, oh, I have this, you know, broken thoroughbred off the track today, and I'm going to have a FEI Grand Prix dressage horse tomorrow. This isn't talking about unrealistic overnight changes. This is a tool that takes each individual and helps each individual story get shaped or reshaped in a better direction. One of the things I can say for my 12-year-old horse is this tool and I are fighting, 12 years of bad habits because his neck is literally shorter than his legs. So in order to reach the ground, he has to do this crazy split action and has actually hurt his legs along the process. Now, what I'm hoping for with these horses is that by teaching them to use their body correctly from the get-go, that I can actually help eliminate some of those injuries that, maybe don't need to happen just from lack of knowledge on their part of how to use their body correctly. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, maybe if she rode better, her horse would be straight. And you know what? Fair enough. That's fine if you want to have that thought. However, what would it be worth to you if when you got on your horse the next time, you were able to just ride? Instead of having to focus on holding their body in a position, holding their body in a frame, what if you had something that just helped you do that for you? And then leaving you to be free to focus on other things. What would you do?
We're only trained in the forward ways. Good girl. All right, we get to put day one with a big old check mark. She was really good. The reason that you start them slow is in case they don't like it, the feel is weird, they get confused. she's like, can I take it off now? She's a super mellow, everything I've ever introduced to her, she's always been super mellow. And basically it's comforting to know that even when we're strength training or working a little bit harder, that still counts, or that still applies. Yeah. It's like, where's my treat, bitch? Good girl, Gia. Yeah. Yes. All right. Horse one. All done. So, this is Gemini. She is almost 2. She'll be 2 at the end of May. And That's her friend Mary. Because she's so big, I've been starting her really slow. I haven't started teaching her how to lunge or pretty much anything. So using the Equiband on her is going to do two things. It's going to be a saddle introduction, or the idea of a saddle by using this first signal, and also helping her build her muscles. Now, when we did the first horse, we used both the ab and the butt band, and we introduced it sequentially. With her, we will only be doing the ab band. There's no need to start with the butt band right now. Eventually, obviously, we will add it in, but you know, for her first time and everything, trying to choke me. For her first time and everything, the ab band will be plenty, and as I said, we're also doing kind of a saddle introduction for her. So she's, you know, we're gonna introduce her to a few new things today. So let's see how this goes. Okay. Trying to sit on the trash can. Good girl. Oh. Good girl. This horse is really smart. Hi. So this one time I was teaching her how to like cross like her hind end, you know, like turn on the haunches. And the first direction she was like learning, because she had absolutely no idea what we were doing. And so we like did it, and it was successful. So I was like, okay, like go to the other direction. And usually for a horse, like going one direction versus the other can be like a whole new world. And she actually, like, we went the other direction without me even having to touch her. She did the exercise because she was like, I know it's coming. I was like, okay. And that was her first time ever doing that. I was like, okay, you can't train that. You really can't. That story was kind of for you, kind of for everybody else. I know, we gotta fix this, because otherwise it's gonna be not in the right spot.
Hands.
That's pretty square though, my friend. Oh.
You can trust me. You know me.
Yeah, she feeds you. Oh my God.
16, 1.5.
I hope my face, yeah. I hope, like, she's video recording all that, but like my initial reaction to that is like, holy. So I'm pretty sure that Gia is 16 too, right? Like, so this horse is a year and a month younger than, a year and 2 months, a year and a month and a half younger than the last horse, and she's gonna be flipping huge.
Oh, let's do the string.
So ultimately I included that part because, you know, the reason why I'm using this tool on the 12-year-old rehabbing versus the 3-year-old future event horse versus this 2-year-old future event horse are, you know, quite different reasons. But for this horse in particular, because she's so big at such a young age, one of the things that I can count on this tool doing is it helping her to not compensate how she's using her body because she's growing at such an exceptionally fast rate. For anybody that's seen, like, when guys grow too tall too fast, their Achilles don't stretch all the way out and they kind of walk like on their tippy toes. I mean, there's lots of different ways to compensate for something that happens to you when you have a growth spurt. Now, again, not to, you know, discredit this tool for you know, any size horse. It's going to help each individual horse with what they struggle with, what they are compensating for. And that's really where the biggest difference is in terms of, you know, what it's going to do for each horse is going to be completely different. But what I can say is, from my experience with this tool, at the end of the day, you will see a difference. And also, it's not just me, actually. Since I've been posting these videos, some of you guys who have subscribed have reached out to me and have been telling me your success stories with the Equiband as well. And you know, I've heard, you know, every single person that messages me says a different reason why it's helped their horse. And that's what led me down this path of realizing that this tool it's for everybody, but it helps everybody individually. It is a one size fits all in the sense of, it helps do the same thing for everybody, but how it individually can take your horse to their individual highest potential will definitely be on a horse to horse basis. And for me, I have 3 different horses, and I can't wait to see how it helps all 3 of them come along. I've already seen such amazing, you guys, I can't even say it enough. I've already seen such amazing results with my 12-year-old who's rehabbing, and a true scientist would use the Equiband on one baby horse and not on the other, but ultimately I want them both to have their best shot at growing and developing correctly from the ground up, from the get-go. So as I was talking during my last little bit, I did add the belly band for the 2-year-old, and it's very important that you introduce things to horses very slowly, and I do take my time and make sure that I introduce everything to them one at a time, because I want them to individually understand each piece and have a good experience to associate with each. And for the purposes of baby horses, you do go that slow, but in terms of potentially why you're watching this video, for introducing it to your horse, you're not going to have to go quite as slow as this. I would recommend doing the belly band first and then adding the butt band, and that could be hand walking or on the lunge, because you do want them to understand how their body is going to be used differently with regards to this tool.
Actually, it's a true sign of trust when a horse rolls. With you is they're because horses will only lay down if another horse is standing guard. So it's a true sign of trust if your horse will roll in front of you. It means that they actually trust that you will protect them from whatever predator. We don't need to be crazy. Thank you. But it's a true sign of trust because it means that they know, they think you're gonna protect them from whatever is ultimately coming to get them. Because for horses, it's like Chicken Little, the sky is falling. What is this?